Okay, so everybody, we're on pre-final 2, and we're going to just skip through the really easy ones and get to the more difficult ones, which will probably be your percentages that we did recently. Everybody knows how to use the distributive property, right? We're just going to move a negative sign to each one of these, multiply by a -1. Okay, remember the answers are on the back. These are all pretty simple ones that I think everybody's going to be doing. Now, some of you would miss this one, so everybody watch. What do we have to do before we do anything else? Should we distribute this through? So 9W minus 15 equals 39, and then finish solving, right? We're on number 6 now. Okay, so I'm going to get a new sheet of paper. Okay, so
what did you even do on 5?
I just basically said you're going to need to distribute it. Okay, so I'm not working every one of these or we would never finish. On number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know how to distribute that?
No.
Okay, so we will. Question number 5. It's going to be 3 times 3W minus 5. Everybody should have your workout doing it while I'm doing it. So this, if you're doing the problems that I'm doing, then you're going to have less to do at home. 3 times 3 is 9W, so because we have a W in there, minus 15 equals 39. What will we do next? Come on, guys. What will we do next? Nobody knows?
Nope.
We're trying to get this by itself.
Divide by 9.
Now, wouldn't we add 15 and add 15 to both sides? So now we have 9W. Okay, this cancels out, equals 14, carry the 1, 54. So now we're going to divide by 9 and divide by 9. And we're going to get W equals, what's 54 divided by 9? It's 6, isn't it? Okay, so W equals 6. All right, so let's look at number 6. Okay, so Keiko bought some books. She spent a total of $58 after a discount of $8 off of her total purchase. Each book cost $6. How many books did she buy? Okay. No, we're not going to go backwards, honey. I'm in a video right now. Okay, so basically,
The video is just for us.
Yeah, I know, but the number 1, I discussed it. You just weren't there. I said you're going to multiply a -1 through. So you need to stay with me because we got a lot of stuff to cover.
I was listening with you because you went ahead and swear when I was getting
Everly, I don't need your discussion. Okay?
I would like
You need to stop. Okay? You will get a detention.
When would I serve it?
You have your warning. Lily?
Your videos, are you sure that you're actually recording? Because every time I try to play a video, it
Everybody else is watching the video, Lily. They're going. I see the number of views. They're going. Okay, so there's something wrong with your system. Okay, and I can't do anything about that.
I was trying to say it in a polite way, but it's not letting me play the videos. Like it says that there's no video. It just shows your face frozen up.
Check your browser. You may have a browser that does not work well with YouTube. Okay? All right, question number 6. Keiko bought some books. She spent a total of $58 after a discount. So let's look. And it says, write an equation that could be used to answer the question above. First, choose the appropriate form, then fill in the blank with the numbers 58, 6, 8, and 6. Let B represent the number of books. What are we going to do here, everybody? We've got a situation, and they're telling us to write an equation. So we've got the number, what are they asking B? B is going to be what? She spent $58 after a discount. Okay, she had a discount of $8 off of her purchase. Each book cost $6. How many books did she buy? So if you have a discount, is that going to be a minus or a plus?
Minus.
Okay, so does it make sense that we're going to use this one down here, this second one? Okay, so let's write what we think we're going to do. Okay, so we've got 6 for each book. Each book costs 6, and we're going to have times the number of books
11.
minus 8 is the discount, is 58.
58 plus 8 is 66.
Okay, all right, you're already working it. What I'm trying to do, okay, good. What we're trying to do right now is get this one right here so everybody sees it. Okay, so if each book costs 6 and you're talking about 6 times the number of books minus 8, does this make sense to you? So now we're going to do what Everly says, which is plus 8 and plus 8.
Miss, can I use the restroom?
And yes, but you're going to miss this, so you're just going to have to get on the video, okay?
Oh.
All right, so that's going to be 66 and divide by 6 and divide by 6 is going to be B equals 11, as Everly stated. Very good, Everly. Okay.
I have a question though.
Yes.
If someone were to get a detention like tomorrow, when would they serve it?
Everly, that's really not even relevant right now. I haven't given you one yet, but if you would like me to, I will. Don't interrupt with irrelevant questions, or you will get one. Okay? Number 7, well then stop thinking about it. Okay? Question 7, you can stop talking about it though. Question number 7, Sam wants to earn more than $45 trimming trees. He charges $8 per hour and he pays $3 in equipment fees. What are the possible numbers of hours that Sam could trim trees? Now, it doesn't say that he pays $3 per hour. It just says he pays $3, period. Okay, so what would be an equation? We're supposed to write an inequality and then it says, as an inequality, solve for t. It does not tell us we have to solve it. It tells us we have to write the inequality. Okay, so we're going to write down what? He wants to earn more than. So wouldn't that be greater than or equal to 45? That's going to be his earnings, greater than or equal to 45. He charges $8 per hour. Okay, so we're going to say $8 times the hours that he works. And he pays $3 in equipment fees. So that's going to be a negative, isn't it? So wouldn't that be his original equation? Now, it does say we have to solve it because what does it say? What are the possible numbers of hours that Sam could trim trees? Okay, so T is the number of hours. Okay, we'll do that. We'll change that to T. Thank you. All right. So T. Now, we're going to solve this for T because we're trying to find out the possible number of hours Sam could trim trees. So we're going to add a 3 to both sides to get the T variable by itself. Okay, and then we're going to say 8T is greater than or equal to 48. And T, divide by 8 on both sides. Divide by 8 on both sides, and we get a 6. So he can work 6 hours or more. So 6 or more hours, because it says greater than or equal to. Yes. You just have to catch up with this later. Okay, so, you know what? I wrote the inequality wrong. It says more than. So we would not have an equal there. Everybody erase the equal there, which means we're going to erase the equal there. So he cannot work 6 hours. He has to work more, ooh, look at that, that's pretty cool. He has to work more than 6 hours. So that's really weird. Okay, I'm stuck in some sort of mode here. He has to work more than 6 hours. So we'll just change that to more than 6 hours. Did everybody see my mistake? Because it said more than, we have to change to more than 6.
Why do you have 48 instead of 5?
Because we had to add the 3 that was a fee that he had to do. Okay? So basically, yeah, he had to pay $3 in equipment fees, so we had to have that in there. Okay, question number 8. Solve the inequality. So now we have one to solve for that they've already given us. So we'll put a new document here and run it over there. So we have 12 is less than t plus 2. So Logan, are you doing this one with me? Are you copying all these that we're doing? Okay, so, but you are copying what we're doing, right? Okay. I want you to at least do the ones we're doing together, Logan, while we're here in class, because it's going to keep you focused better. All right, very good. So minus 2, minus 2. Okay, could we not? Very good. Could I finish teaching it? Just so that we have everybody. Now, we would not leave the answer 10 less than t.
Really?
How would
less
we?
than 10.
No, we would say t greater than 10 because we would flip it all around. Okay, now, I know some of you are really, really good at this. There are others in the class that are struggling with this. So please be patient while I do the problem for the ones that need me to do the problem instead of interrupt to where I can't teach. Okay? So just because it's easy for you, don't assume that it is easy for everybody, because it's not. Okay, so now we're going to get a new Word document. And we're going to start number 9, because a lot of you have had troubles with number 9. Okay, it says below is a table of values of a function. Write the output when the input is in. So we're looking for a relationship between these numbers. Input, output, input, output, input, output. Does anybody see a relationship?
It would be like, okay, so before it's like 1, it'd be like minus 4, minus 6.
Yeah, minus 3. Does that work? Minus 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would be our expression over here? N minus 3.
For the other ones where it's like really hard, where it's not that easy, where it's not just like a subtraction problem, how do you solve them?
I'll show you when we get to one. Okay, so n minus 3. All right, this is number 10 that we're doing now. It says fill in the table using this function. So when we have to fill in a table using a function, what are we going to do? We're going to take that little value, which is x is 4, and we're going to plug it in, aren't we? So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So the first y would be 19, wouldn't it?
27.
Okay, so yes. Okay, Everly, it's 27. 24 plus 3 is 27.
35.
Okay, the next one is 35. 8 times 4, 32 plus 3, 35. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 3 is 39. Does everybody understand how we're plugging those in? Okay, so here, remember that your x is your independent
Variable.
Okay, your x is your independent, your y is your dependent. Okay, so independent, we're going to think x, right? X is weight of the package. Dependent, we're going to think y. Y is cost to mail the package. Okay, let's look at the B part here. It says Carlos, I don't want to say that. Okay, Carlos works at a water park. He notices that the daily high temperature affects the daily number of tickets sold at the park, as in the table below. Okay, so he's got the table. So it says independent variable. Which one is independent, X or Y? X. Okay, so it says independent variable, choose one. Daily high temperature in Celsius, right? Daily high temperature. Dependent variable, that's your Y. Daily number of tickets sold, okay? Question number 12. A construction crew is lengthening a road that originally measures 48 miles. The crew is adding 1 mile to the road each day, so that's why they just have 1D. The length of, okay, here's the equation. After 21 days, what do we have to do, guys? We're just going to put the 21 in for the what? D. So we add 21 in there, and what's our answer?
69.
69. Okay, you see I'm doing a lot of these for you because these are more difficult than the first video.
I just did the first.
Okay.
The first one is horrible.
Okay, the Sugar Sweet Company needs to transport sugar to market. The graph below shows the transporting cost in dollars versus the weight of the sugar being transported in tons. How much does the cost increase for each ton of sugar being transported? Okay, so between here and here, how much is it increasing? So we're going, now let's write down a few points here. So this is important. This is one where I would write down a few points because things are not in ones on this, are they? So we're going to look and say, let's get a point. So this point right here we could put down as 0, 0, 500, right?
1,500.
So we could put 0. Are you okay?
Who said I was okay?
I said, are you okay?
She's never okay.
Okay, 1,500. Shh, listen. Look what I'm doing. Some of you are going to struggle with something like this. In other words, the person that said 100 is wrong, aren't they?
I didn't say 100. She said 900.
Okay, when we go to 2, it's going to 2,100.
So 900.
No, but I changed my answer to 1,500.
Well, then you're still wrong.
But it's.
Okay, so look at it. What is it increasing each time?
Increasing.
So basically, we started at 5. No, that's a 900, not a 500.
No, I thought it was how much does it cost for 1 ton. You know?
Okay.
So my answer would be right.
All right, so 900. Okay, so now what are we going to do? What is the increase every ton?
600.
600. Lily, you're not doing the work with us, dear.
I'm so
Okay.
smart.
All right, 600. So this one, A, would be 600.
What is this?
Show some points like this. In other words, you're supposed to be showing work. Show the points that I have over there. That's your work.
How
Your
is that my word?
Everly, you're asking questions that don't even make sense. Would Everly, don't make me go here. Copy the points. That's your work.
I don't understand how this is like.
Okay, what is the slope of the line? Okay, so since it's changing 600 by for each ton, what is the slope? What's the rise over the run?
6.
No, the rise is 600.
Oh.
It's rising the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. That's your slope. So it says, what is the slope? 600 over 1, which is 600. So the slope is 600. So m equals 600.
We still on number 12.
That was number 13.
Wait, what was the slope of the line?
600.
Oh.
Number 14. Okay, so right now we're on...
$600 and the second one's just 600?
Yes. Okay, so here we go with number 14. Owners of a recreation area are filling a small pond with water. They are adding water at a rate... Who is making that noise? Is that Kira or Everly?
Everly.
Okay, you're about to get a detention. I'm tired of the noise. going on during the video?
Can you hear the tension?
Okay, owners of a recreation area are filling a small pond with water. They are adding water at a rate of 25 liters per minute. Okay. Everly?
Oh, is that a slash?
No. See me after class.
Oh, okay.
Everly, stop, it's not funny.
Okay,
Sorry.
Kira, let's don't talk. Okay, owners of a recreation area are filling a small pond with water. They are adding water at a rate of 25 liters per minute. There are 600 liters in the pond to start. Let W represent the amount of water in the pond in liters, and let T represent the number of minutes that water has been added. Write an equation relating W to T, and then graph your equation using the axes below. Okay, so what are we going to do here, guys? Let's get our little document up here. Owners are filling a pond with water. They are adding water at a rate of 25 liters per minute. So 25 liters every minute. Okay, so the number of minutes would be multiplied by the 25. There are 600 liters in the pond to start with. So wouldn't that be my Y-intercept? Where we started would be the Y-intercept. Okay, let W represent the amount of water in the pond. So we're going to have W equals. Okay, and let T represent the time in minutes. So I'm going to have to erase my M and put T because they told me to. T is time in minutes that the water has been added. Write an equation relating W to T, which is right there, 25T plus 600, and then graph your equation using the axes below. So what would we do to graph this equation? Anybody?
I was like scared of
We'd start at 600, wouldn't we? Our Y-intercept is 600. And then we're going to have a slope of 25. Remember, Y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. So the Y-intercept is 600. The slope is 25. And we're going up. So we're going to say, let's make this 625. So we just have some points on here. Let's make this one 650.
Miss, I'm really confused. The graph it has on here is like a little L shape, and that's like a...
Okay, so basically we're going to go like this. It's an L shape because it never goes to the left. Okay, so I don't need this going all the way out there. So an L-shaped graph, because they do an L-shaped graph when everything is positive. It just saves space. You're never going to go negative in time. So
why did you write a negative?
I said we don't have to have this here, okay? An L-shaped graph would have been great. Okay. Question number 15. Solve for, raise your hand if you want to talk.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you go back up? Like, I'm confused. I was trying to draw the line, but like, the line...
Okay, here's the line right here.
But why does it go up that fast?
Because it's 25 slope. It's a slope of 25.
Do you put it on the 600 Y line?
Also, like...
Yeah, so basically it's got a Y-intercept. It says the pond started at
So
600.
there's no answer, it's just the equation and the line.
Yep. Okay, so question number 15. Solve for x. Okay, so look, we've got y equals 8x and y equals 72x. What is the key to this problem? Okay, we have two equations solved for y.
Oh, x is 9.
Okay, so how did you do it?
Divided.
Okay, what if you just did this? What if you
You
said
can do the finger.
y is 8x and y is also 72, so shouldn't 8x have to be equal to 72?
Yeah, that's why I divided.
Okay.
72 divided by 8.
So, but this would be your work.
Equals 9.
So Everly, in other words, you got to have work on everything.
I do have
On a final exam, your work is going to count.
I do have work.
Okay, so 8x equals 72, and then we would do what? Divide by 8, and get x equals 9. Okay,
Just because I said the answer quick
So-
doesn't mean I don't have any words.
good. Glad to hear it. Okay, now each ordered pair
Say it.
determine whether it is a solution of the system. Now I don't see any ordered, oh, there they are down there. Okay, so we have the ordered pairs down here. Is 5, 0 a solution of the system? So what do we have to do? We have to plug it into both of the equations, don't we? So 5, 0. We plug in a 5 and we get negative 25 plus 0. Nope, that doesn't work. So we would say 5, 0 is a no. Okay, what about negative 6, negative 6? Is it a yes or a no? Okay, so where did you find it? Blew it. So negative 5, negative 6 is 30 minus 18. And 30 minus 18 is not 8, is it? So that's a no. Second one is a no. Third one, negative 1, 1. Negative 1 would make that 5, and 1 would make that 3. So it matches the first one. Let's see if it matches the second one. Negative 1 would make that negative 6 minus, oops, it blows the second one. So negative 1, 1 is a no, isn't it? It has to solve both. What about 3, 2? I hope it's the solution. Negative 15 plus 6. Negative 15 plus 6 is not 8. So guess what? Did I do that right, guys? Did I make a mistake? Are they all no's?
I guess. I mean, it went really fast.
Okay, so that was negative 25. That didn't work. That was 30 minus 18. That didn't work. That was 5. Okay, so this one would be negative 6 minus, that didn't work. Yep, none of them worked. They were all no's. Lily, please.
What happened to this? I don't know how to fix the noises.
You can unlock the wheels.
Okay, so the
Like,
table,
then it's gonna move.
we don't have to move the desk back and forth. The table below shows the amount of shrimp
I would have stabbed myself.
and the amount of,
Is it bleeding?
I'm sorry. Okay, the table below shows the amount of shrimp and the amount of beef.
It might have been rusty because you have disease.
Everly,
I need to take a shot.
you've already earned a detention. You need to please close your mouth. You need to please close your mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Permanently the rest of the class.
Yes, ma'am. What if I have a question though?
You raise your hand.
Okay.
The table below shows the amount of shrimp and the amount of beef bought by each of 6 people. Create a scatter plot for the data. Okay, so here's the data. I think y'all all know how to plot the points. Now, the big thing though is I've seen some people mess up. This is the X and this is the Y. This is the X, so it's going to go this way. All right, so 1, 9 goes 1 to the right and up 9.
46.
Some of you are doing those backwards.
What backwards?
Number 17.
Do you just
Okay.
plot them?
Number 18.
Do you just plot number 17?
Yes, that was just plotting the points. Okay, number 18. The data points on the scatter plot below show the amount of time spent watching the television and the amount of time spent doing homework last week by each of 25 high school students. Draw the line of best fit for these data points. It doesn't have to be the exact line of best fit. Just draw your best approximation. So all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go from about here and draw a line right through the middle. The line of best fit is generally the line that has the same amount of points on each side. So we're just trying to go right through the middle of those points. So it would just be kind of like right down through the middle, okay? Question number 19. Charlie tutors history. For each hour that he tutors, he earns $40. His earnings, E in dollars after tutoring for H hours, is given by the following. So they're giving you the equation. How much does Charlie earn if he tutors for 4 hours?
160.
Okay?
Hey, I want that much.
Everybody, yes. Okay, so
How do you write that? 160?
Like
question number 20. Everly, you're talking and you don't have permission. Find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the line. Okay, so x-intercept, we're going to write the equation x minus 3y equals negative 6. Okay, so now we're going to do what? X-intercept. To find the x-intercept, what do? We cover up the y. We put our hand over the y, and we find out what the x would be. So x would have to be negative 6. So the x-intercept is negative 6, or we could write negative 6, 0 as a point, correct? Okay, so what about the y-intercept? When we're looking for the y-intercept, we let x be 0. So we cross that one out with our hand. We get negative 3y equals negative 6. So what would y be?
negative 2.
Positive.
Positive 2.
Boom, everybody.
Okay, so since it is a y-intercept, that point would be 0, 2. Somebody missed that just on the last quiz.
Wait.
2 is a y-intercept, so it's 0, 2, not 2, 0. Okay? Number 21.
What was X?
What is Y?
It's on the board, Everly.
Yeah.
It's on the board, Everly.
Like it wasn't labeled, so it's hard to figure out which one was which, you know?
Okay, write the ratio, number 21, write the ratio as a fraction in simplest form with whole numbers in the numerator and the denominator. So we have 48 years.
What is?
Okay,
that
40,
year stands for
8,
YR.
YR is years.
What is the computer doing?
Is to, I know, sometimes it gets in this weird mode, is into 6 years. It'll change when I get another thing. Okay, 48 years is to 6 years. So now we're going to write this as a fraction. So we would write it 48 over 6, but then it says in simplest form, so we would write that as what?
1 over. Isn't it 8?
Eight, 8 to 1. Now, because they told us to write as a fraction, we would leave it 8 over 1. Okay? We would not simplify it to 8 because they told us to write it as a fraction. Okay? And 8 is not a fraction. So we would leave it 8 over 1. Does everybody understand why we would leave that one? Because they specify fraction. Isabel, number 22. Isabel purchased 21.5 centimeters of wire. Kira?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay. Be watching up there. Lily, be watching up there. Otherwise, I think you're communicating, and you should not be communicating.
How am I communicating?
Don't hurt her.
What? What whole hand?
Stop.
How's that hurting?
Because I said you're not to be communicating, and you're communicating. Okay. Isabel purchased 21.5 centimeters of wire for $17.20. No, not right now. Let me finish. Find the unit price in dollars per centimeter. If necessary, round your answer to the nearest cent. So we're going to,
Can you do sparkly?
not right now because you have not earned it. You are not earning your sparkly. Isabel purchased 21.5 centimeters of wire for $17.20.
My arm feels like Sharpie. Well, yeah, because you put Sharpie on it.
Okay, find the unit price in dollars per centimeter. So we want dollars per centimeter. So we're going to put it in this form. We have 21.5 centimeters is on the bottom, and we have $17 and, $17.20 on the top. So when we're doing a unit price of dollars per centimeter, what do we need to go to 1? Don't we need the bottom to go to 1? The denominator to go to 1. Okay? So we're going to divide. We could set up a ratio, 17.20 over 21.5. Okay? Equals something, because we're looking at how many dollars per 1 centimeter. Okay, so since we're going to 1 here, will this operation give me the x? Won't it? Because I've just got x over 1 over here, guys. So this right here is all I have to do. I have to 12, 17, that sounds like it would be reasonable. Did you do that out? 17.20. Okay, divided by 21.5. Okay, so we have to move our decimal. 1, move our decimal. 1, right there, right here. So 215 into 170. So you said it was, what did you say, 70 or 80? 80. So 8 times 5 is 40. Carry. And that'll be a 12. Carry. 17. Exactly. Excellent. So 0.8 is 80 cents. So 80 cents per centimeter would be, and you should show your work on every problem. Okay, so question number 23. So I'm going to see if I can get out of that mode by getting a new document here.
I just
Okay, so now I'm going to get you sparkly if you're quiet.
Big sparkly, you make it big.
Big.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I got to have room on the board. Okay, otherwise it's already my writing is too big. In 1 7/8 days, a construction crew built 2 3/4 miles of road. What is the unit rate in miles per day? Okay, so we want miles on the top per day on the bottom. So we need to write 2 3/4 on the top, and we need to write 1 7/8 on the bottom. Okay, and then we're trying to make that miles per 1 day. So we're going to say miles per 1 day. So don't we just have to do this division? So what happens when we're dividing a fraction by a fraction? First we have to do what? Improper fraction, 8 times, this is 8 plus 3 is 11 fourths. Divided by, what is 1 7/8 going to be when we turn it into an improper fraction?
Wait, no. It's on, wait. It's on like
15 over 8.
Dang it.
Thank you. Okay, so now we've got to turn it into, keep change slip, 11 over 4 times 8 over 15.
Because you could cross out 4 and 8.
Yes. So let's use our canceling and make this a 2. And then we get 22/15.
No, that's improper.
Okay, so now we're going to turn that into a mixed number, which is what? 1 7/8. Okay, so 1 7/8 per miles per day. So that's miles per day. Okay. All right. So that looks like that's a pretty good place to stop. So we're going to stop at question number 20. We just did 23. I'm going to work 24 through 28 on another video for you.